Not really a Hollywood or mainstream film/X/experience, but here we go. I worked for an independent horror company from 2006 to 2011. A few of my friends were the ones who started working for them in 2005, and they were the ones who introduced me to them. I was just a edgy 19-year-old who was into death metal and horror, and I needed a job badly, so I accepted the job offer. Nothing bad happened in the interview, but there was a strange aura that the owner and the room gave off, like warped vibes seeping through tiny cracks in the walls. The first few months weren't so bad either, just him introducing me around to individuals both with the company and those with other studios who had connections to him. My job was to ship off films ordered from their websites in the supply room located in the basement of his house, with most doors including the one heading upstairs locked. This did not worry me given how naive I was at the time. I would be paid under the table for most of my career there, with cash in envelopes delivered unmarked on my doorstep every last Friday of the month. We would have occasional events every once in a while, such as watching various films, including those on their very short early catalog, or being dragged to some small conventions selling the overpriced films. Around about a year in, I realized that this man must be a conman, but still pressed on as I got special employee discounts and the occasional free gift. My two friends grew increasingly weirder as time went on, as one went completely missing for 3 months in 2007 and the other friend nearly killing his mother and then himself in late 2009. This is where things got even more dark. The missing friend hardly talked after this incident and lived in seclusion for the rest of his life. The owner and some of his closer workers became incredibly distant after both events occurred and would stare at me while I worked. I became the only one working on shipments until more arrived 2 months later. About 3 months into 2011, the owner invited me to go camping with him on Halloween, and I went. He drove to my house at 2 a.m. on the 31st and knocked on my door loudly. I hopped up with a bat till I saw him and quickly put on clothes and hopped in his car, still suspicious of what he was doing. As soon as we arrived, I saw 3 men in masks that would be repurposed in a later film by them, and a fireplace alongside a camcorder on a tripod. This never struck me as odd because Halloween, and I figured this was a film they were doing and they needed my help. As soon as I got out, I was knocked out cold. I woke up in the same forest with slightly stained and ripped clothes, with everything else taken from my body including my keys and wallet. 3 hours before I would reach anyone, the lucky man who drove me to my house. A final letter sitting on my porch with $100 and a letter telling me I was no longer needed. Around 2012, his company would see a small upsurge in popularity, especially edgy horror YouTube channels. I still wonder what they are up to and what they did to my 2 friends.